Hey, Brian Robison, what's going on, man?
Oh, nothing. Just, out here in paradise.
12 years from Texas. 12 years from Texas. Fourth-round pick in 2007, man. Hey, everybody here on the perch, I think that's worthy of covenant claps. That's more than a decade in the rough and tumble NFL. Let's smell the roses, if only for a second. You know what I mean?
Oh, I smell the roses every day, man. Every day you can get up and you get to go play a game that I know millions of people would kill to be able to be out here. It's definitely a blessing.
After the Eagles game, when you decompressed and everything, were you always for sure coming back, or did you have to think for a little bit? It's been 11 years, I got my family, got this, got that. I mean, did you have to consider potentially not coming back?
I did actually. It was a very tough decision for me personally, just because it took a while for me to really just get back to feeling good. I mean, last year was very brutal on my body. I don't know why, but it just really was. It was just all of a sudden it just seemed like that monkey just jumped on my back. And so for me, it was a matter of getting back my body feeling right, giving it some time to where I didn't make a decision based off of emotions or based off of how I was feeling at the time.
Right.
And then it became a situation what was right for my family.
Yeah.
And, everybody knows we went through the whole negotiations, pay cut, all that stuff. And there's a lot of decisions that have to be made during that time. And retirement was on the table. I think it was one of those deals that kind of got pushed back. It was kind of a last resort. But at the same time, it was something that was still on the table. And I think at the end of the day, me, my family, my kids, my wife, we're all very, very happy to be here in Minnesota. And it was just the right place for us to be. And we really don't want to be anywhere else.
Yeah.
Two follow-ups to that. First is, did you based on how your body was feeling, and you're not the youngest player anymore, was part of your discussions with the coaching staff how you get used and what your role will be, how much time on the field, things like that?
A little bit. It was a short discussion for that. I mean, at the end of the day, I can figure out things to get my body right to be able to play on Sundays. But I did want to kind of know what was going to be the deal. And, we talked about it briefly, but it didn't sound like much was going to change, really. I mean, obviously, what we've all been talking about, we're planning on having a little bit more of a rotation so that guys don't get burned out towards the end. But that'll be one thing. And then, I mean, body was hurting, man. It was just one of those decisions that I just needed to give it time. Everybody makes decisions based on how they feel now versus, I've got 6 months to, feel better.
Right,
feel better. So I knew it was just a matter of time the body would feel better. And, there's been some things that I've done this year that I've been doing a little bit different to try to make my body feel better, and it's working.
This looks like one of, if not the best Viking team you've been a part of. How much did that factor into your decision to come back, knowing that you had what appears to be a very good squad around you? This isn't a 3-win team coming back.
Well, it wasn't just about the quality of team. It was about the quality of guys we've got on this team.
Okay.
That probably was more than anything, one of the biggest things that I had to think about was this group of guys that, not only in the D-line, but just this whole team. I mean, it's just a great group of guys, and we had so much fun last year. I think you even heard Case say it last year, that he loved the way this team was. I mean, you've heard Diggs say it. I mean, we truly get along, not only in the locker room, not only on the field, but off the field as well.
Yeah.
And that is very, very rare in the NFL nowadays. And so that, and then, obviously, I think we got a chance to do something special here, and I want to be a part of that.
B-Rob, you've never seemed to be a guy, to me at least, where when you do shut it down, that you're going to struggle not having the National Football League identity. I mean, you've had your hands in charitable things, family, fishing, where, sure, I bet you the first season after not playing, there'll be a Sunday where you're like, I kind of wish I was still playing with the guys in the locker room and everything. Overall, though, I think do you think you're going to transition okay?
Yeah, I think I'll be fine. I mean, I've said all along that the NFL is not who I am. It's a big part of me, but it's not who I am. And I've told people all along, when they meet me, they're, not trying to pat my back, but they say, you seem so down to earth, and we just don't expect that. I say, oh, you know what? I'm a normal, everyday person. I just have a glorified job. and I tell people that all the time. So for me, I don't think the transition will be that big of a deal. Obviously, yes, like you said, I will miss the guys. I will miss being in the locker room and those conversations. But
a lot of guys have come and gone too,
Yeah, but I think the at the end of the day, having the tag of an NFL football player, I don't think that's going to affect me at all.
Yeah.
Sometimes when players know they're at the very end, they're already starting to plan the next phase of their life and what they're going to do as a non-athlete. Or non-active athlete, have you given any thought to what you want to do next? I mean, I know you don't have to work, but you might want to work. There might be, we know you love the outdoors and stuff. Have you thought about what's next for retired, your retired life?
Yeah, I have actually, and I've had some conversations with some companies about that. I want to do something in the fishing industry. It's a big passion of mine, and so I want to be able to do something in that aspect realm of the world, whether that is fishing and actually fishing
competitive fishing,
whether it's that or whether it's I've even thought about doing like some commentating stuff with FLW or Bass or something like that. So I've had some conversations about that type of stuff, and maybe even shooting a TV show down the line or web series or something like that. So
that'd be a blast.
Was the end of the season tough on your body? I mean, like at the end of the Saints game, during the Eagles game, maybe even when you played into the regular season, did you, at this stage of your career, did you notice, holy cow, some things have slowed down?
A little bit, in some ways, yes, and in some ways, no. I think as far as my play and everything like that, I don't think anything really slowed down. The thing that I noticed the biggest difference was the recovery time. Yeah. I mean, it really was, late Wednesday, Thursday morning before I was actually starting to feel like, okay, I can play Sunday. Mondays and Tuesdays, it was brutal. And like I said, I mean, even now, every morning I wake up, I'm like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
But I've figured out ways to come in here and be proactive and get the lactic acid in my body, make sure I'm getting the right nutrition and doing some different things that I think is helping me. Maybe I don't feel as good as I want to feel in the morning, but it goes away pretty quick.
Defensively, I mean, seriously, against this offense, with some injuries right now on the line, new quarterback, Cook in and out, for precautionary reasons. New coordinator, a lot of new. I mean, do you guys seriously just try to beat this offense up every single play?
Well, I'll be honest with you, man. They throw a lot of stuff at us, and it keeps us on our toes. And they've made some plays out here. And I would say so far in camp they've been pretty impressive. I mean,
it's gotten better.
They're obviously having a new coordinator. They got a little bit of learning curve, and they want to keep building on that. But they've got a lot of stuff they're going to throw at teams, and I'm pretty excited to see it as a defensive player.
My man, you've had a great career. Thank you very much for joining us today. Best of luck the rest of camp and with preseason.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Brian.
Brian Robison, veteran defensive end, Minnesota Vikings, back after this.